Hey everyone, welcome back to Frontline. Jay here with another review. Today I'm reviewing Amazing Spider-Man number 8. The title of this issue is Ms. Adventures in Babysitting. It is plotted by Dan Slott. Christos Gage does the script, and Giuseppe Camuncoli does the pencils, with Cam Smith picking up the inks. This issue picks up where the last one left off. Spider-Man and Miss Marvel are teaming up against the Kree version of Captain Marvel, and Ms. Marvel is kind of having a geek out moment right now where she can't believe she's actually fighting with Spider-Man in a battle. She can't believe that she's teaming up with him. So Spider-Man realizes this, and he does something to knock her out of it, which is he reminds her of the times that he done the slingshot maneuver with Captain Marvel, and she's totally fangirls out. It's like, oh my god, I remember them. They're so cool. They're so awesome. And she's like, you did it 3 times. And she names the times that he did it. And then he's like, we're going to do it now. And she's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And she swings him, slingshots him, and takes out um, the Ms. Marvel, the alien Ms. Marvel. She then asks, can we do the fastball special? But, she quickly snaps out of the fangirl moment, and she helps Spider-Man get the cocoon back, the human cocoon. Now, the henchmen in the truck think that Spider-Man is coming after them, and the one henchman goes, I didn't know we were going to be doing this on New York City street. I don't do Spider-Man stuff. I thought we were just robbing someplace. I don't do Spider-Man gigs. And the guy was like, just shut up. The other guy, and he right away turns and starts making something out of a technology thing. But they wind up saving the egg. The one guy turns on the alien Ms. Marvel because he feels like she crossed the line when she went after a baby, because there's a baby inside of the cocoon when it hatches, and he turns on her and kind of earns back a little favor with Spider-Man. At the hospital, when they return the baby to the family, Spider-Man tells Ms. Marvel, you did a great job. You remind me of a certain young webhead. When he was that age, you're doing great. Don't doubt yourself, kid. And Miss Marvel, kind of gets like that self-confidence boost, which I really enjoyed. And then we find out that the guy, one of the henchmen, is a grown-up Clash from the Amazing Spider-Man 1.5. 1.1 to 1.5, learning to crawl story. That's him. So Peter decides, he's going to help him out, and he gives him a card because he can't find a job for being in jail. And he gives him a card, he said, for parking the church. He's like, here, check this guy out. He'll hook you up. Everyone has a little fall or whatever, and he's like, believes in second chances. So now he really is rehabilitating these villains. There's also a little story in here about Cindy Moon, where her boss is like, they're talking, and she's like, Silk's costume, I want Silk like the Daily Bugle as Spider-Man, but Silk's costume's a little too, basically she calls it like a little trashy because it looks like it's just weaved together. And right away she has to go out. Silk has to go out because there's a crime that's happening, and she starts to spin herself a new costume. And what is it? Lo and behold, it's a cloth costume. Like, I don't understand how she made a costume that has colors and all that. Because you see her, she's just spinning the costume out of her web. She's not sewing anything like Peter. And she did it in a short time frame. So, I don't get that, but that's what they did. The next story is the backup story. And this is the story I'm actually really do like. It's the MC2 Universe one, which is Earth 982, and the title of this issue is My Brother's Keeper. It is written by Dan Slott with pencils by Humberto Ramos, and Victor Olazaba does the inks. Now, the story starts off where basically, he's crushing Deimos is crushing May's throat and threatening her. He tells her that, I am Deimos, son of Solus, one of the inheritors of all creation. And, he's beating up her family, her boyfriend, everyone. And then Peter decides he's going to jump in, even though his leg's about to, go out. MJ tries to warn him. He's like, no, I gotta save her. She's my daughter. Just get out of here. Get her. Get Ben. Get out of here. And MJ, being MJ, decides she's going to be self-sacrificial too. And she's like, Mayday, get up on your feet now. And she tells him, May's like, I gotta help Dad. She's like, no, this is your brother. He's your responsibility now. Your greatest responsibility. Which is a line I really like because, Spider-Man is always about great power, great responsibility. And she's telling her, like, your brother's your greatest responsibility. And then, just as Mayday's exiting, the house is, on fire. And Deimos comes out, and Deimos is like, she drained Peter Parker, and she's about to go off with the group of the what I dubbed the Web Warriors. They're about to leave, and then she stops and she tells Deimos, right as they're blinking out, she says, I'll break every vow I've ever been taught, all the values my father held dear, and I will kill you. I really like that because it's one thing to have May be in character, and I think she was for the most part, but she just saw her father die. She just probably assumes that her mother is dead. She's left with an infant baby brother to raise without his parents. She doesn't have her parents. She's angry. She's willing to do anything she has to do to get revenge for them. So I really liked it. The story I thought was really great. Both stories were great, except for the little Cindy Moon thing. So I'm giving, story-wise, 4.5 stars. Art, they both were pretty solid, so I'm going to give them 4 stars. Overall, I'm giving this issue 4.5 stars. I highly recommend picking it up. So far, out of the tie-in issues, not the Edge of Spider-Verse, but the tie-in Edge of Spider-Verse like this and 2099. This issue was the strongest one. Well, those are my thoughts. Now I want to know what yours are in the comments below. Also, like this video, subscribe to Comic Frontline, check out and subscribe to my channel, The Comic Book Theater. Check out Comic Frontline, the site, for all the latest previews, reviews, news, and interviews. For even more news on all things related to comics, comicrelated.com is your source for all your comic book needs with daily updates. And don't forget to like and follow me and Comic Frontline on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. I'll include all these links in the description below. Until then, I'll catch you in the next review.